Today we're going to be talking about what the electoral map looks like for the president as of today for the 2020 election. So essentially today is June 18th, 2018. We're going to look at the electoral map and where it stands for the president and what it will look like in 2020 if the election was held today. So first of all, there are states that are probably never going to flip, and those, of course, are the safe states. So the ones that I flip in now, I'm actually going to be doing this by margin, so some of these I might not actually fill in as super safe. But as of today, we're going to be talking about a couple of states and the margins that they'll go for the president or go against the president and see how they would vote in the general election when it comes to 2020 if the election was held today. So I'm filling in all the safe states right now. Pretty much all the ones that were safe in 2016 have been repeated when we go over the District of Columbia. So everything is filled in right now without our safe states, with the Democrats at 164, Trump at 89. So the ones that are probably, actually, to be honest, we could put North Dakota and Montana as safe in Trump's column. But as of today, according to multiple opinion polls, Missouri's not safe for the GOP. It's actually likely, which doesn't mean that it's competitive for Democrats. It just means that it's probably not going to be as red as the other safe states. South Carolina went the same margin as Missouri in 2012, so that's something notable. And in 2016, I believe Missouri voted for Trump more than South Carolina did, which is also something pretty notable as well. That gives Trump 125 electoral votes and the Democrat 164. So the way I'm doing this is not a particular Democrat. This is going to be done by a generic Democrat, just seeing where the president stands and not against a certain Democrat, just where the president can improve and where he needs to focus on. So the likely states for the Democrats, of course, are states like Rhode Island and Connecticut, and probably Maine's 1st District and Oregon, for obvious reasons. History tells us that one is staying blue. And Virginia as well. So that one's probably likely for the Democrats. Actually, New Mexico, I could see going likely. Texas is probably likely for Donald Trump. As of today, Ohio is probably likely. And then looking at this map, now we're going to go into, actually the 2nd District in Maine would be likely, but now we're going to go into the rest of the map. So all of these will be decided by either leaning or pure toss-ups. So New Hampshire I see is leaning for the Democrats very narrowly. North Carolina, I see narrowly leaning for the president along with Georgia and Arizona, whereas I see Colorado leaning for the Democrats, Nevada leaning for the Democrats just based off history. Iowa I see leaning for the president, but Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania I'm not going to fill in right now. Those ones are pure toss-ups, and those are going to ultimately decide the rest of the 2020 election. Florida would also be considered a pure toss-up. I really don't see that one in the favor of any political candidate as of yet, or any side yet, but I do see Minnesota as narrowly in the column for the Democrats, and Maine I also see as narrowly going to the Democrats at large, and the 2nd District I see right now is narrowly in the president's column for 2020. So the way that I built this map off was the pure toss-up states are the ones that keep swinging back and forth with support for the president and how he would eventually get them out to vote in 2020. And essentially just how they voted in 2016 and how the demographic trends are going to make an impact and how the election would be held today. So Trump would probably have a pretty good standing considering his approval rating now. We don't know how it will be in 2020. It could be lower, it could be higher. But as of today, Trump has a pretty good standing when it comes to the general election because he is holding on to a number of swing states and only needs to capitalize on the same ones he won back in 2016 in order to win the 2020 election. And win re-election. So right now he's at a better standing than where he was a couple weeks ago or a couple months ago. But again, anything can happen. So don't expect this to be the final results, of course, of the 2020 election. So thank you guys for watching this video. Comment down suggestions below. And I'm sorry for uploading really late. The day was really busy, but I'll see you all tomorrow.